one of Diddy's lawsuits has been dismissed, and it's because of one very big reason.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Listen, y'all, we have been following the Diddy case and all that's revolving around it like crazy as of late. We just talked about on the live show just recently, new names being dropped, celebrity names being dropped in a new lawsuit, which has been absolutely insane. And I still am curious if that one's fully 110% real or not. But hey, you know, all will be fleshed out here soon enough, I'm sure. And hey, whoever needs to be found guilty will be found guilty of whatever egregious acts they were ever involved in. But moving on, when it comes to this situation, this is very interesting. And I feel like this is a huge tactic, depending on the judge. All right. This is a huge tactic to flesh out people who may be getting scared off or may not have been telling the truth. Let's be real. In regards to Diddy, this is a very big move and a very big win for Diddy, at least in one of these lawsuits. Again, Diddy has been asking for these Jane Does, according to, if the judge allows it, he has been asking for these Jane Does or these Does in general to step outside of the wall of anonymity, right? Instead of using the Jane Doe or the John Doe name, he has been asking them to file under their real God-given legal name. So again, that can expose a lot of things, but it's a big move for two different things, for two different reasons. One, it can show that somebody may be lying and not telling the truth, or two, it can intimidate those actual victims that are out there that are trying to be brave enough to step forward and get justice that they see fit. Now, again, I leave that up to you guys on how you see in regards to this particular lawsuit. But nonetheless, this is also not only a way to kind of flesh out the liars and the false accusers, but it can also make people who are telling the truth get very scared, get very intimidated, and run away. But let's take a look at this, okay? So an SA lawsuit against Diddy has been dismissed after an anonymous plaintiff failed to identify herself. And again, this is the reason why Jane Doe and John Does exist, so that these particular people, these victims, okay, as long as they are fully 110% victims, they get the safety to hide behind that blanket, behind that anonymous name, so that they don't get ridiculed or attacked by not only Diddy and his goons, but by the court of public opinion. There are still a lot of people that are pro Diddy. There are a lot of people that are still saying #free Diddy. And understandably, you guys have every right to believe what you want to believe until his day in court, which is coming fairly soon now, okay? But nonetheless, this also destroys any person's opportunity to get justice if they really truly are victims. And that's the sad part about this. Again, that's the sad part about it. But again, she had a choice to step forward or not step forward. And she decided not to step forward. So let's take a look at this article. All right. One of the lawsuits accusing Diddy of SA has been dismissed by a judge after the anonymous plaintiff failed to refile the complaint under her real name. This woman sued Diddy in the Southern District of New York, under the name Jane Doe, the anonymous name, okay, the pseudonym, okay, in October 2024, accusing the mogul of attacking her at a party in 1995. On Monday, yesterday, a federal judge tossed the case after the plaintiff did not newly file a complaint under her real identity. So she had a deadline. She had a choice. You either file or you don't file. But you have those two choices. You cannot go further without coming out publicly, which is a very, very big deal. And I can see that being a very bad thing for a lot of people. But again, it is what the judge ordered, and this person stepped out. So on March 6, 2025, the court denied plaintiff's motion to proceed anonymously and ordered her to file a complaint in her own name by March 20th. Interesting. or the case would be dismissed. This is what the U.S. District Judge Lyman wrote in a ruling obtained by People. As of March 3rd, plaintiff has not filed a complaint in her own name, okay? Nor has she sought an extension of time to do so. Accordingly, this case is dismissed. So, Combs' legal team praised the judge's decision in a statement. For months, we have seen case after case filed by individuals hiding behind anonymity, pushed forward by attorneys more focused on media headlines than legal merit. The other claims, like the one dismissed today, also will not hold up in a court of law. Well, we'll see all about that for sure, because each judge is different. Let's not forget that too. The woman had been represented by Tony Busby, which of course Tony Busby's name is getting dragged through the coals right now, dragged through broken glass and hot coals like crazy. All right now because of what happened with a previous Jane Doe. I'm sorry. So again, just being associated to Tony Busby could be really, really bad right now, unfortunately. Okay, but we already know about him being a high-profile attorney. And I feel like a lot of people are saying, is it high profile? Again, it's his name is getting dragged through the coals right now. Okay. But he had previously announced he was representing hundreds of people accusing Combs of misconduct. Since his announcement, multiple Busby clients, including the Jane Doe, whose case was just dismissed, have sued Diddy. All right. So Diddy's legal team also took aim at Busby in a statement following the dismissal. This is now the second case brought by these attorneys against Combs, Mr. Combs, that has been dismissed in its entirety. This is what Combs' attorney said. It will not be the last. So despite the dismissal, Combs has been named a defendant in several dozen lawsuits accusing him of misconduct. He has denied any wrongdoing. Of course, we already know. He's looking at some criminal charges, which we already know, some federal crimes, etc. And we already know about all that. And of course, his trial is set for May. His federal crime is set for May. And he is screwed, in my personal opinion, when it comes to the federal charges. They have a lot of smoking gun evidence for those charges, those federal charges. But as far as all these civil lawsuits that are coming out, again, I even just said it in my live. There are going to be people that are not telling the truth. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. There are people that are going to be lying for the sake of securing a bag. And then there really are going to be people out there that are telling the truth. And what's sad about this is that now you got the people who are, you say these lying and getting caught in lies, and those are overshadowing the people that are really seeking justice. Now, when it comes to this one here, we don't know whether this Jane Doe was making this up for the sake of grabbing some money, or if she was actually trying to get justice. I err on the side of, I hope she was just intimidated and scared and she really wanted justice. That's what I hope for. But there is also the other side of people who are out here to try to grab a quick bag. And that's very sad too. But again, when it comes to this tactic, depending on the judge, if the judge allows Diddy to demand the Jane Doe or John Doe to step from behind that anonymous name, then we're going to be seeing a lot of people either stand 10 toes down or bow out. And what's sad is that we'll never know if those people are actually telling the truth, if they do bow out, or if they're just straight up intimidated and scared, because we already know how dangerous Diddy really is. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, this is unfortunate because this murkies the water, right? This gets the water very, very murky. It gets very, very dirty. It gets cloudy. It's tough. For me, I stand on the side of the victims that are truthfully telling and trying to seek some semblance of justice after what this alleged diddler did to them. But we also have to keep in mind that there are going to be people out there that are just going to try just to see if they can scoop up a full-on bag of money. It's sad, but it is what it is. But what say you guys? Do you think that this is a situation where she was intimidated and scared, or do you think she was lying? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, okay? Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button, and we'll talk here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.